So once you've been admitted into Hong Kong as a visitor, first extensions to your stay as a visitor are readily granted by the Immigration Department. When you apply, you as a visitor visa holder must be able to satisfy the immigration authorities that you remain a bona fide visitor to Hong Kong. Particularly, the examining officer is looking to ensure that you will not be breaching conditions of stay if they allow you to remain in Hong Kong as a visitor for a further period of time.
So if you seek to extend your visitor visa, there are really sort of three things that we need to discuss. The first is the first extension. Well, when you approach the Immigration Department down in Wanchai, you're going to have to be able to satisfy them that you are still a bona fide visitor. This will effectively mean that they're going to do a little bit of analysis as to why you've been in Hong Kong for as long as you have, what have you been doing, and what are your intentions if they're able to grant you an extension. Whatever the reason is that you have for your request to remain for a longer period of time, you'll need to submit that down in writing, and as part of your written justification they'll expect that you will have a final date when your visit will terminate, and that you'll provide an undertaking to leave on or before that date. But the reality is the Immigration Department are very flexible, they're very receptive to these applications, and indeed they are readily granted. The problems then begin to pile up for you if you seek a further extension subsequent to your first extension. The key question will be why, and particularly because you've already given written justifications previously and you have given a written undertaking to leave the first time out. So whilst it's not impossible, certainly the Immigration Department will be looking very carefully at your rationale for a further extension in those circumstances. But of course, many people believe that the easiest way to secure an extension to your visitor visa is just do a visa run. Go off to Shenzhen, off to Macau, perhaps spend a little money, go up to Taipei or down to Bangkok, and then come back pretty quickly and get an extension to your visitor visa in those circumstances. It isn't commonly understood, however, that the Immigration Department are very wise to this activity, and that they are looking for individuals who are spending more than 180 days in any 365-day given period, and people who are showing up on their records as having such lengths of visitor stay in Hong Kong, particularly if they are not going back to their home countries or taking flights out of the territory. They will look carefully at the motivations for such visitors and the possibility of them breaching their conditions of stay. This approach to extending your visitor visa is fraught with difficulty because over time it will catch up with you, and one time coming back into Hong Kong you may be endorsed with SCL in your passport, and the immigration officer will only give you 3 days maximum to remain, to pack up your things, finish what it was that you were doing in Hong Kong for a protected period of time that's kept you in the territory as a visitor, and they will then expect you to leave, and that SCL status will not be allowed to be extended. And after you have exited Hong Kong, the risk of you being refused entry at any time in the 6 months which follow the SCL experience is very manifest. So the whole Shenzhen shuttle scenario is fraught with difficulty, certainly not recommended, and could end up giving you a very nasty surprise.
The next step is for you to review the visa information document. This details each of the essential elements of a successfully argued Hong Kong visa case and contains in-context links to all of the resources needed to prepare your application. These include application templates, the online application forms, screencasts on how to complete the forms, a checklist of all the documents you need to prepare as part of the submission bundle, a crib sheet on how to submit your application, and audio discussions of some of the finer points of official policy and procedure and specific case examples from the past which will serve to help you by way of illustration. Let's go to the visa information document now.